Week 3, down to 65.6 kilos, feeling good, and I'm not changing a thing this week. So this week's video, I'm going to be going over my training, my food, my check-in this morning, but also why I'm not making any changes to my plan for this week. So let's get into it. So scale weight readings down to 65.6, down a kilo from 66.6, which I'm taking all day. Usually I do daily readings, so I'll wake up in the morning, take my scale weight reading. It's just something I've always done in any phase, gaining phase, maintenance phase, or even a cutting phase like I'm in now. This time round for this prep, I'm actually doing it once a week, so I'm only taking one reading a week. The reason why I've done it this way as well is because I don't want to get fixated on the scale weight reading, especially in prep. For me, that just works best. Just apply myself every day, tick the boxes every day, and then when it comes to check-in morning, I'll take my reading, take my check-in video, and then go from there. That's just kind of how I do it. Scale weight is just a number. It doesn't dictate what you look like. It's basically if I'm moving in the right direction or not. Am I moving in the right amount? Am I moving quick enough? Am I moving too slow? Because that's where I can start to make the right adjustments, okay? Daily scale weight reading now sitting at 65.6, so I'm down a kilo. Buzzing with that, buzzing, and rightly so as well. And to be fair, I was quite surprised because it's really hot. It's been hitting like 30, 32 degrees. I don't know how. This week's just been boiling. So I usually would expect to see some water holding due to the fact of being a little bit more dehydrated than usual. But at the same time, as long as you're on point with your water intake, it's going to flush all that excess water out when it's hotter days. It's kind of representing me being on point with my water as well because I'm flushing that water out. Don't ever let the scales dictate your progress too much because it's just a number. Remember, it's about how you look. It's about how you're feeling. If you're feeling leaner, it's because the plan's working as long as you're ticking the boxes. And because I'm down a kilo, there's no need to make any adjustments. This is where most people would be like, right, okay, well, I've checked in. I've not made any changes to the plan for a while. So I should be due to change something to keep it working. I'm not making any changes to the plan because it's working. And I'm down a kilo, which for me is a high rate of progress. Even if I was down 0.2 or 0.3 or 0.4, I would probably still run it again because it doesn't mean that next week I'm probably only going to drop 0.1 or 0.2. Your physique's going to respond when it's ready to respond relative to the consistency to the plan that you're doing. You're turning up and doing things daily and weekly. It's going to respond. Remember, we're not robotic. We're human. We don't work linearly. Linearly? Is that right? Yeah. We don't come down in terms of scale weight, right? Like this. Every single day you're going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. If you're coming down and you're checking, you're making the right amount of progress anyway. If you need to speed things up or if your time frame's a little bit shorter, then yeah, just make a little subtle adjustment to one of the two variables, your expenditure being higher then, or you pull back in terms of your calorie intake. So in terms of my check-in today, down a kilo, I ain't making changes. I don't need to. I'm going to run it again this week for another full week and see how I'll respond from that, because running at a kilo down is well more than enough for me, especially looking at my frame as well. Muscles holding well, physique's looking a lot leaner. So yeah, can't ask for any more. But at the same time, remember, you've got to be ticking boxes for this to happen. You can't get lazy. You've got to really dig in, especially with a shoot prep. I'm just under 9 weeks out as well, so there's no kind of time to sort of take your foot off the gas. You've got to keep your foot fully firmly on that gas because that's how you get the best results. That's how you get elite level transformations or elite level results that you're after. If you've never had results that you want before, this is what you've got to do. In terms of my training, I'm doing my standard push, pull, arms, legs, so 4 times a week. I enjoy it as well, and that's one thing that you've got to take into account. Yes, you've got to be training hard, but you've also got to enjoy it to train hard. Because if you're not enjoying your training, you're not going to give it beans, are you? You're not going to give it any effort. You're not going to want to be there. You're not going to give it everything you've got when it comes to each set, each rep. And I love push, pull, arms, leg, especially in prep as well, because you can really feel the muscle filling up. It's so dedicated to certain muscle groups. You're getting a good pump. You've seen it in the mirror when you're training. You're noticing the hard work that you're putting in. So for me, that's the best split for a shoot prep. And I'm really happy with everything. Like, I'm 9 weeks out, looking leaner every week. I'm getting tired, yeah, totally normal. But I'm looking bigger and the conditions coming each week. Hence why I'm not making changes to the plan. I'm going to run it and keep adapting to it until I start to see any signs of plateauing. And that's when I can use one of the two levers, calorie expenditure being pushed up or pull calorie intake down. I am running at 1,750 calories on a training day, 1,700 calories on a rest day. When I'm at the gym doing cardio, that's still classed as a rest day because I'm not doing any training. That actually confuses a lot of people. People think that, oh, because I'm turning up to the gym, I can still have my training day food. Still run a rest day food, still running rest day calories, even when I'm doing cardio. So even like today, I'm going to the gym and I'm doing cardio, I'm still gonna have my rest day food. Because I trained arms yesterday, and they're gone. So when it comes to rest day food, I have 1 bagel thin, 3 eggs, 2 bacon medallions, right? Meal 2 is 125 grams of cooked chicken, 125 grams of cooked rice, and a salad. Meal 3, I'll have a burger, but it's a bagel thin for the bun, 135 grams of 5% fat minced beef, burger salad, let's go, tomatoes, lettuce, onions. I'll have low sugar ketchup and French's mustard. It's unreal. My pre-bed meal is my 300 grams of Greek yogurt, 10 grams of whey, 70 grams of berries, either 15 grams of dark chocolate, 70%, or 15 grams of honey. So next week I'll have more data from running this plan again. Like I said, I'm not changing a thing. I'm just going to run it for another week, see where we sit, get the data back, and run that through with you. If I do need to make changes, I will do. I'll be explaining what those changes will be. I'll explain why I'm making those changes, so you can learn through the process as well to apply to yourself. And if you're dieting as well, and you're in the middle of a cutting phase for a holiday, for your own photo shoot, for the summer in general, or just for health reasons, let me know. Drop me a comment below. Let me know how you're getting on. Do you make changes too early? Or do you feel like you don't know what changes that you need to make? Let me know. We'll have a right good chat in there. And as always, mate, like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to my channel as well, because I'll be putting out weekly videos still. So next week you'll be seeing my week 4 update and the check-in process behind that, and what changes I'll make if I make them, and just seeing where I'm going in terms of getting lean for this shoot. Because at the same time, I want you to learn. That's why I'm doing this. I want you to learn from my experiences, from my changes through this process, to apply it to your own cutting phases for the summer. That's why I'm doing it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.